For the past week or so, I think it's been about every other day that I've been switching back and forth between reading a bunch of scripture and then also just sharing some of my writing, my poems and my songs that I've been writing. And so yesterday I read a bunch of scripture about the feast, the parable of the great feast. So today I'm going to share something I have recently written. A song that I'd written, it's called Better Direction. I'm just going to read the first verse. And I'll tee this up by saying, I think we put so much stock into what other people think instead of living for an audience of one. I've had many videos on that kind of topic. And I heard someone speaking recently about, hey, if we pass away, how many people would truly be affected like on this earth? And of course our family, of course our friends, but there's a lot of people, and I don't want to be morbid about this, but they wouldn't lose a lot of sleep over it, or within like a few days, they'd be back to watching their shows and going about the rhythms. So we shouldn't just, because of that, we shouldn't put so much stock into what other people think. We need to put stock into furthering God's kingdom, being a vessel for Christ, and eternity, but not so much in just like worrying about earthly opinions. And so this idea kind of inspired this writing. So here's the first verse. It goes like this. If you died next week, who would lose sleep? Your family's a given, and so are your children. But most of the world would just keep on living. They promise to pray, but forget the next day. The flowers at your grave would all wilt away. And I wonder if they'd even replace them. When spring comes again, they'd probably forget. So why do we revere these shallow opinions? And I go on to say in the course, like, I'm looking to heaven for better direction. And I think that those rhymes, I think, ring true. Is a lot of people would show up to the funeral, put flowers at the grave. I think truly, I'd like to think I surround myself with friends and a bunch of people that care, but at the end of the day, like, really the most people, like earthly people that'd be affected are my kids and my immediate family. So again, some of my writing's a little introspective or even a little bit morbid, I guess, but just some of those rhymes, I don't know if that impacts anyone, but the flowers at your grave would all wilt away, and I wonder if they'd even replace them. When spring comes again, they'd probably forget. So why do we revere these shallow opinions? Just, again, the encouragement today on day 338 is to just continue to live for an audience of one, focus more on building Christ's kingdom than anyone's earthly opinion of you. Just wanted to share that song, Better Direction. I might one day share where you can find all of the writing that I have. It's all in one spot online somewhere. I'll have to share that at some point. That's what I got today. That's day 338.